Okay, you can see the belt and the pulleys are actually not in the best of condition, to be honest. I think I'm going to clean them up before I put them back on. The tensioner on it. Okay, let's carry on. .24 mil. It's really not in the best of conditions. But the alternator still doesn't work. Oh, and it sounds. It's not the bearing. So it must be. I've got no play. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to replace it with a new charging actuator at the back. We'll see if those work. Let's see if we can get it off. 15 mil. Maybe just a little bit more. We've got plenty of play there. Show some of the threads. Okay, we'll get a hammer. Hammer time. Well, it just proves you don't need to hit it too hard. I don't know when the last time this alternator was off, but clearly I didn't have to hit it too hard. As you can see now, I just basically tapped it. Okay. Okay. I do now need to be very careful because to disconnect the power from the battery now. So the usual, don't forget to turn your ignition on before you disconnect the battery. Know your stereo code, because if you don't put your ignition on when you disconnect the battery, the alarm will sound and it won't turn off until you reconnect your battery. So just remember that, just disconnect your put your ignition on while you disconnect your battery. So I'll do that, be back in 2 seconds. What I've done here is I've turned the ignition on the car, I've gone to the front of the car where the battery is located and removed the positive lead. This will now leave the alternator safe to remove without risk of touching the wires and arcing them onto the body. Okay, so there we go. Battery disconnected. Let's take this bolt out now. So they do say that once you've done that, the alternator will come out. Let's move it. And I'm thinking it needs that bush tapping ever so slightly to give me a little bit more play, because it is wiggling and it has loosened it. Yeah. Oh, there's bolt doesn't come out of there, does it? So let's just give this a wiggle. Let's try and get this out now. Just left out. Maybe what I need to do is tap it a little bit further. I've obviously not tapped it far enough, so I've just got to get that back into the threads. Give it a little bit more of a tap. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay, so, that now will just come out. Okay, and then lift and twist clockwise, and out it comes. Lovely jubbly. You get to all the wires here. Have a quick look inside, and we can see it's actually all nice and dry inside there. Okay, so here we go. There's your lead. That's the wire I've just disconnected. Let me get it back on and then we can see. Here we go. There we go. It just connects onto there. There you go. It's got a little push button there. Just push that. It releases. Out it comes. So just disconnect that. That'll then release the alternator from the car. And then we'll go ahead changing this on top of here to see if that changes whether it will charge or not. Okay, let's get this alternator out. $13mm. Remember, there's two wires, or there is on the back of mine. See if your main positive, that'll be from your battery, and then you've got another for your, most probably for your ignition. Okay, it's there, it spins up, the bearing's fine. I do believe it's this piece on the back here. I think what we'll do is we'll take it off, we'll have a look at it, and we'll get a replacement, and we'll change the actuator, because the rest of the alternator is fine. Okay, we'll see how that goes. Okay, so here we can see, here we go, there's a nut off there, and a nut out of there, a little Phillips screwdriver that comes off. Okay, this is the part that we're going to be changing. There's a connection there, two positives, and out we come. can see that there seems to be still quite a bit of life in them. But clearly something's gone wrong in the back of here. So we'll give it a clean. I'll blow all the dust out of the alternator, give it a clean. Yeah, I don't know if you can see, but inside there the armature, the back of the armature looks okay, looks good. So a bit of IPA on that. IPA just to clean off the dirt. Buy a new one of these, put it back together, and we will see. Okay, here we are again. It's another day. I've forgot the parts now, which is this. This is the voltage regulator. So it goes on here and it swaps this one, and then this will hopefully allow the alternator to charge and to turn the battery light off. What we've got to do is we've got to just strip the top off this. Give this a good clean. Obviously I took it off before just to check it all out. I put it back together so I knew, one, so I didn't lose anything, another just so you know how it goes back together. I've actually got everything somewhat loose, just very quickly. Got 15 on there and a 13 on there, not sure why, but that's how it is. Just get this apart. Okay, so there's a Phillips screw at the top. It just slides off. It's just a cover. There is some parts inside here that I'm going to clean off. I've got some brake cleaner. Give it a bit of a wash down. Make sure I get rid of any dust, any corrosion. There's a little bit of corrosion on these. So I'll just make sure that they are clean. Make sure we've got no other issues before we put it back together. And hopefully everything will work and the battery light will go out. As you can see, those brushes do seem okay, and there's quite a bit of pressure in there. So I'm not thinking it's the brushes. I'm thinking it's more to do with just the electronics inside here. It's a sealed unit, so it's not something I can break down and have a look and possibly repair. So that's possibly the throwaway item. Again, before, like I showed you before, the bearing is absolutely fantastic. There's no problems with the bearing at all. It probably just needs a good clean inside. So I'll give that a blast out with the air gun. I'll do that off camera so I don't risk damaging my my camera and my phone. I'll just give the armature a quick clean on the back of there. Okay, let's go. Let's find. We've got a little rag here, and we'll give that a spin and just put a bit of pressure on it. Yep, as you can see, there is dirt coming off the back of the armature. Yep, it's getting that. Okay, let's give it a bit of a backwards and forward. And all I'm doing there is I'm just spinning the alternator and putting the rag on and just cleaning the back, just to make sure it get off any residue from the old brushes. So that does look okay now. That looks really good. Just give it a little bit of a general clean on the back, I think. Don't really want to be putting too much on. Don't want to be drying the bearings out inside. That's not going to be. It's not going to be good. A bit of a clean off. Okay, so sorry about that, knocked the camera over. Okay, so this is the bush that needs to be that way for when you're fitting. I have just pressed mine over ever so slightly, just to make sure that it will actually slide in. I think that's the bit that I think people have problems with. I think I'll be okay though. Okay, a bit of that. Again, just put a bit. That's lovely and clean now. Okay, so get the new one. Just pop that in place, like so. Screws. Okay, pull the pin. That releases the brushes, the spring, to go onto the back of the motor. Okay, don't have to do them up massively tight, they just want to be nipped in. You don't want to risk breaking anything. Okay, looking good. Let's put this back together. Let's start off with the Phillips in the top. And again, I am going to give it a quick clean out with the air gun, rid of any dust. I'll do that off camera so I don't camera on dust on me on my phone. Okay, I shall just nip those up before I put it on, and that's it. That's it. You can now put that back on the car and we'll see if it works. Hopefully it works. I'm not 100% sure it will work, but I'm going to release the video regardless, because I think it is something that people do need to know. With, you know, these things are sold quite often on eBay and Amazon, and I think people need to know whether they do fix the problem. With this one, it was just purely a battery light. There was no charge coming from this alternator at all. So I'm assuming it is that. So we shall give it a go and see how we go. Right, I'm going to go back to the car and put it on the car. We'll see you in a minute. Okay, so here we are in the car. We're now going to put the terminals back on the back of the alternator. Here we go, to go nip and go get me spanners. Tighten these wires up. Clip on. Wire on the back, make sure it clips in. It's a bit of a wiggle. And there we go. Do you know what? I think you have to put the bolt in first. And there we have it. That's the bolt in. Get some threads on that. Yeah, it's going in nicely that now. Okay. Okay, just hit home there, so I'll just wind it back off a little bit. You need to make sure you've got plenty of play. That's it. Okay, that's that one. That is now pulling that bushing, So once it pulls that bush in, it should go solid. You can feel it pulling. So there we go, nice and tight. There we go, nice and tight. There we go. Okay, so the difference between these two belts is it's just unbelievable. I mean, that's just cracked all the way around. I can't believe I've not changed it before now. I don't know how many miles this belt's done, and I think it's been lucky to hold up. There's no visible writing on this belt, so I think it's been on for a long time. I've not changed it. I've had the car 4 years. I've not changed it, so that's the bad part of me. Should have definitely changed it. This is a Gates belt. I don't particularly put anything else on, but that's the belt. What we'll do is I'll just check it for size against the other one. I do believe there will be a difference, but that one actually does seem quite a bit bigger. See if we put it on the outside. Yeah, I think, yeah, they're the same. So let's see if we can remember how to put this on. Okay, let me just pause you a little bit and go get my 24mm spanner. Okay, here we go. I've not practiced this, so let's hope this goes on fairly easily. Okay, see if we can remember how this goes. Up and over that one. Okay, sorry about that, people. My SD card decided to fill up. So what I have done is I've managed to get the belt on, and I've made sure everything's all in the right place, and I've connected the battery and I've started her up. My issue was the alternator stopped charging and a battery light came on the dashboard. I've started the car up, and if I do a quick start now, you will see. And ignore these lights. One's for the roof, one's for the bonnet. But the battery lights are out there. In fact, you can see the battery light, so it goes out. So there we go. It's running nice and smooth, no noise, no leaks. Everything's fantastic. So yeah, a cheap fix again for my car. Turn it off so you can hear me. And a cheap fix for the car. It cost £35. It was on eBay. Brand new. Comes with guarantee. And it works. Absolutely fantastic. And you can see it's not a new alternator. It's my old alternator. Just with the new voltage regulator on it. So hopefully this will help somebody out there. And if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't, it does help me out. I am hoping to build a channel and get a few more repairs done. And there is a chance I'm going to do a little bit of a special drive from the north to the south. A little bit more interesting than that. I'll fill you in at a later date. Well, thank you very much for watching. Please give me a like. Any comments, write them down below. I will answer any questions that are asked. If there's anything else you need to know, please give me a shout. I'm more than happy to help. Alright, well, stay safe. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.